everybody's least favorite form. What is everybody's least favorite form? The I-944, the Donald Trump form that he gets everybody denied because it's that extra public charge rules. Guess what?
Right.
Because the U.S. District Court of the Southern District of New York has enjoined the government from enforcing the I-944, Trump either had to appeal it or decide not to use the form. Well, today, USCIS announced in response to the Southern District's injunction stating that it will not apply the 2019 public charge rule, but rather the 1999 public charge rule. We're going back to the Bill Clinton era for public charge. We don't have to worry about I-944s anymore. We don't have to worry about, oh my God, do I need to get out of public housing? Oh my God, but I'm 125% above the poverty level. How come my children and spouse don't get a green card? We're back to the old rules now. Thank God. That is a great Friday. So now, no more I-944. You do not need to file it with your adjustment application anymore. That form, you know what you can do with that form? You know what you can do with that form?
Show 'em, Brad.
Yeah.
You want to know what else you can do with that form? Woo! In all honesty, yes. This came out about 45 minutes ago, an hour ago. So we are really, really excited.
Breaking news.
All right, not only am I excited for the clients and the squad and everybody out there, even people, immigrants, I don't know, because it was such an unfair rule. I mean, we talked about it the other day. You have to decide whether or not I get sick, whether or not I can go to the hospital. I don't have health insurance anymore because I lost my job. And now I got to decide.
That was yesterday, Brad. We were just talking about it. Was yesterday.
That's right. Now we got to decide whether I'm going to have to go to a hospital or die on the street of coronavirus or not get my spouse a green card. Now we're back to the old Clinton rules, which is very, very fair, which says that if you have a tax return that is 125% above the poverty level for the family that you have to support, your family member gets a green card. And if you don't, you can get a second affidavit of support from somebody else. So no more I-944s, no more positive and negative. Remember, I was saying, oh, that's a double negative. You're not going to get a green. Forget about it now. There's no more positive and negatives. It's just basically totality of circumstances. They're going to look at everything. If you're 125% above the poverty level, you should be okay. No one's going to say because you got emergency Medicaid 2 years ago that your spouse now has to get stuck in another country and never come to America. That you can't be reunited with your family. So that was right out of the Trump playbook of how do I stop minorities? How do I stop people who are not rich like me from getting a green card? And that was the perfect way because he said basically, unless you are making over $65,000 a year for a family of four, plus have medical insurance for your spouse. A lot of people may have gotten denied unless they had like a good lawyer like moi. I'm not the only good lawyer, but if they had a good lawyer like moi, they probably wouldn't. But the average person would have gotten their case denied. So that's some good news. You want to hear some more somewhat good Friday news? Immigration came out with the new filing fee increases are going into effect October. But some filing fees are actually going down. What they had previously said when they originally gave out the recommendations for filing fee increases, almost every filing fee was increasing 30, 40, 50%. I mean, they were really socking it to the immigrant. Now, some filing fees are actually going down. The I-130 went up 3%. It's now $550 instead of $535. But it's an extra $10 if you file by paper instead of filing online. So you save $10 by filing online. But you want to know what, though? That original fee was supposed to be going up 20, 30%. So that's not such a bad thing.
Oh, wow.
All right. For your fiance, if you're filing for your fiance, that fee's going down $25. It's now going down to $510.
Oh.
Yes. And for your adjustment application, that fee also went down $10. It's now $1,130, not $1,140. So that's not so bad either. The I-140 for an alien worker, of course, saving employers money, went down $145. The waiver of the 2-year home residence requirement for a J waiver also went down by a couple $100. The one fee that did go up a lot was for citizenship. It's now $1,170. It went up 83%. Citizenship went up a lot. So it's $1,170 to file for your naturalization now. Your biometrics fee, we hear about biometrics all the time, that it was $85. It's now $30. So in reality, even though the I-130 went up $15, the I-45 went down, what did I say, $5? So that's plus 10. But your biometric went down by $55, so there's an actual savings on your adjustment application. So you save about $35 on an adjustment application now, starting in October. The fee actually for an adjustment application in totality, when you're filing the I-130, the I-45, and the I-765, all went down.
Nice.
That's not bad, right? That's a good Friday.
Oh,
I actually like really Good News Friday.
That's a good news Friday, except if you're filing for naturalization, it's not so good news. But I'll tell you what, the fee's not going up for naturalization until October. Get your naturalization in now if you qualify.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Comparative to what they said was going to happen, I was really petrified that the fees were going to double. Literally, that's how it started. So many fees went down. Some fees went up a little bit. The only thing that went up drastically that would affect our squad would be naturalization. The fee for certificate of citizenship went down. So if you're doing an N600 for your kids, that went down a little bit too. Last night I went home, Yo-Yo. Are you a basketball fan? I watched Lakers Clippers with my son.
Show.
It was the start of the NBA season yesterday, and I didn't see the beginning of the game because I didn't get home till after the game started. I got home at the end of the first quarter. I am told that all the players kneeled during the national anthem. They were all wearing Black Lives Matters shirts, and on some game jerseys, players' names were replaced with messages such as equality, I am a man, ally, say her name, in reference to Breonna Taylor, in support of Black Lives Matter. It's sending a clear message in support of social justice. And it's such a change from what happened 2, 3, 4 years ago. Remember the NFL, where also most of the employees in the NFL are black, who put the fans in the seat, and the NFL said no, now they're doing it. So what a change in 2 to 3 years. And I will say this, I wonder if Hillary Clinton was president. You know, sometimes you got to be pushed and pushed and pushed and pushed and pushed.
So the only positive from Trump.
Until you say, I've had enough. No more. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. I don't know if Hillary Clinton would have been president if, yes, blacks would have come out and absolutely protested. Minorities would have come and protested. Do you think that you would have had such a vast amount of the protesters being white Americans saying enough is enough if we didn't have Trump as president pushing and pushing and pushing people till they said, no more, I can't take it? I don't know. What do you think?
That's an amazing, that right there is an amazing question because it actually makes you think about it. I don't think that it would have been as prominent or just like how it is today if we had Hillary Clinton, just because we know Trump as being a blatant racist person.
That's right.
And for that to be our leader, that right there was motivation. And that was, the thing to push us to go out and say, hey, enough is enough. That's a great question. I never even thought about that. So maybe that is the little blessing in disguise.
You're getting moderate white suburbanites, white professionals coming out who are moderate.
Yeah.
And they're saying, this is wrong.
Yes.
What's going on in America is wrong.
I still feel like we would have had similar outrage in the community just because it doesn't matter who our leader is. Police brutality is still something that occurs. But I can see how maybe the community would have been a little bit more comforted by a leader like Clinton than Trump.
Almost the percentage of people who believe that racism is a problem in America now is reaching almost 70%. It never reached that high ever
That high.
before Trump.
Yeah.
Never. A treasure trove of documents have been released in the Jeffrey Epstein, Ghislaine Maxwell sexual abuse case. Right now, it's Ghislaine who has been arrested. Among materials released were email correspondence between the pair in early 2015, including an email in which Epstein told Maxwell she had done nothing wrong. U.S. District Judge Loretta Preska had ordered the documents released Thursday. However, 2 depositions remain under seal. The court has yet to rule whether these 2 depositions of Ghislaine will be released. In the depositions, one of the victims of the Epstein-Ghislaine sexual abuse case, her name is Virginia Giuffre. She is a main witness. She has said that in these depositions that former President Bill Clinton was a guest during a trip to Epstein's private island. Other men whom she saw on that island include Prince Andrew of England, a financier by the name of Glenn Dubin, model scout Jean-Luc Brunel, Harvard law professor Alan Dershowitz, and another unnamed prince. What was not mentioned in there yet was Donald Trump. We don't know whether he was ever there or had anything to do with Epstein. We just know that they were next door neighbors in Palm Beach, and there are photographs of Trump, Melania, Epstein, and Ghislaine together at parties. We don't know what else happened there with Trump. Coronavirus is still happening. More than 152,000 deaths. I think yesterday we were at 150,000. A new study published in the journal Nature on Wednesday reveals some people who haven't had coronavirus may already have immunity to the virus. Some individuals' immune systems may have been previously exposed to other viruses, which now allow their T cells to help their body fight the infection. I'm hoping I'm one of them because I have not yet been diagnosed. I've been checked 3 times. Meanwhile, also a new study published yesterday in the journal JAMA Pediatrics claimed that children younger than 5 have 10 to 100 times more genetic material if they catch coronavirus than adults, which really makes the kindergarten teachers very, very comfortable going back to school. As the death toll soars, Fauci and some others testified before the House panel. Infectious disease expert Anthony Fauci, in his opening remarks, said he was optimistic that an effective vaccine is going to be possible, maybe even before the end of the fall, but it will not be able to get to the entire public. It will be given out to Americans free of charge. Nobody will have to pay for it, but they may not be able to get it to everybody in the public till the end of 2021. It will start with frontline workers first. They still don't know how safe it is. Dr. Fauci said that's what this testing is all about, to determine if it is safe or not. Representative Jim Jordan decided, he's one of Trump's cronies, he decided to make this all political instead of finding out the true facts, and he engaged in a contentious exchange over whether protests have increased the spread of the coronavirus. Jordan repeatedly pressed Fauci to say that they have, while Fauci said he is not an expert in protests. He could only tell you about health consequences. Now, James Clyburn, chairman of the House Select Committee, he declared that the U.S. is in the midst of a public health catastrophe and demanded a comprehensive national plan. The fact is, Trump gave up on coronavirus the moment he said to the American people, it's like a cold and it will go away like magic. Trump gave up on the American people when he said that, because he knew back then there was no plan. He wasn't giving a plan. And the plan is keep all the businesses open and I'm going to get reelected. And in the process, killed 152,000 Americans. I'm sure you can't say all 152,000 deaths are on Trump's responsibility, because some people were going to die for sure. But a lot of those deaths, I don't know how many, are directly responsible because Donald Trump gave up on coronavirus back in March when he could have told everybody, wear a mask, stay home for a month, wear a mask, and we would be like many, many countries right now that have beaten coronavirus, not completely, but to a point where people would feel comfortable going out, going into a business, eating inside a restaurant, and not worried that they're going to get sick. We're not there yet now. You want to know why we're not there yet now? Nobody in the world wants to come to America, and for sure nobody is allowing Americans into their country. We can't even go into Canada right now. Donald Trump is saying in a tweet, somebody tell Congressman Clyburn, who doesn't have a clue, that the chart he put up saying that Trump doesn't have a plan is because we're testing too many people in the world. We're testing more people than anybody in the world. So what Trump is saying is only because we're testing more people, we have more coronavirus. And you know what? That's like wishing things away, okay? That's like saying, you know what? If we don't have an election in November, if we don't have an election in November, I won't lose the election. It's the same exact thing. It's like wishing things away. You know what? When things don't go well for him, he just wishes it away. We won't test. It doesn't exist. We won't have an election in November. I don't lose an election. People in Florida batten down the hatches. A hurricane is heading their way. It's actually Tropical Storm Isaias. It battered Haiti and Dominican Republic, but it is now turning into a hurricane. It's expected to slam the Bahamas, the Turks and Caicos. Isaias Center is expected to get close to Florida on Saturday or Sunday, and it has prompted the state to shut down some testing sites for COVID-19. Isaias is the Atlantic's earliest storm on record with the letter I. You know, they name the storms A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I. There's never
Make sure the island's okay.
There's never been an I hurricane in the month of July. The earliest one was, I think, August 5th or August 6th. You don't think this has anything to do with change in weather?
Absolutely.
Yep.
Climate change, yes.
Now, Vanessa, your family's in the DR. Have you checked on them? Are they okay?
I mean, up until I spoke to my sister this morning. Today's actually her birthday. So far, they're okay. But I mean, storms get very, very bad in the Dominican Republic, all throughout the Caribbean.
Ariana Grande, Lady Gaga, they lead the 2020 MTV VMA nominations. The two singers each scored 9 nominations. Grande and Gaga teamed up for the summer anthem, Rain on Me. And Billie Eilish and The Weeknd follow with 6 nominations each. This year's show is introducing new categories in the wake of the coronavirus, including Best Music Video from Home, Best Quarantine Performance, and Best Legal Answer from a Dining Room Table. Please. Thank you very much.
I was like, wait, for real?
I'm like, wait, they're still hosting the VMAs?
Yes.
Wow.
August 31st in Brooklyn. I don't think there's going to be any audience. Beyonce's visual album, Blackest King, was released earlier today on Disney. Did you check it out?
3 a.m.
You checked it out at 3 a.m.?
Yes, so, that's when they dropped it.
Oh, that's the song that came on Shuffle. I was like, what is this song?
It wasn't just a song. It's a whole movie. She had a $500 million budget for this movie. Literally started in her backyard, and she went all over the world with this. It was amazing.
What's it about?
So it's Blackest King. So it basically was the Lion King soundtrack that she had did with all these Afrobeats artists. So she had a lot of different Afrobeats artists. She had a lot of, it was just black. Black is king. So it's just showing, you know, that black is beautiful, black is art. She had her daughter, she had Kelly Rowland, she had Naomi Campbell, she had all of these people in there, and it was just so beautiful. So it's just like the Lemonade album. If you guys saw the Lemonade album when she came out with a music video for each one of her songs.
I don't subscribe to Disney Plus. I guess I have to subscribe to it to watch it. I can't watch it for free anyway, right?
Yeah, I don't know where else they're going to put it up, but like they put it up on Disney Plus. It was 12 a.m. Pacific time.
Are you already a subscriber to Disney Plus? You want to get all your princess movies in, or did you buy it just for this?
No, I wouldn't have bought it just for this either. I'm not really a Beyonce stan, but like all my friends were here last night. So
I'm more curious why you're subscribing for $12 a month to Disney Plus.
I'm not.
No, he borrowed his friends.
I used my best friends.
Use your best friend.
I don't know why, now. Why is he doing it?
Yeah, why is he? Right.
Right.
What? Not even. There's great Disney Channel classic shows on there, okay, Brad?
For a second, I thought you were liking the Disney princess movies too much.
No.
Yeah. Jonathan's like, wow, that Jasmine. Wow, I really go for her. I'm gonna watch her again. No.
Wow, I mean, it's funny when you watch Disney movies as an adult. The messages are. But that's on a different.
Correct.
That's on a different day.
Correct. But by the way, they had Hamilton. That's not true. That's not true. They had a lot of good adult stuff there as well. I'm only kidding with you.
Yeah, there's adult stuff there.
Yeah. I'm only kidding with you. This is an odd statistic that just came out. During coronavirus, ice cream sales have gone up, but deodorant sales are way down. Social distancing apparently has fewer people reaching for deodorant, but more people reaching for ice cream. Last Thursday, Unilever came out with a statistic that there has been a big drop in demand for personal care items. Dove soap, Axe deodorant, nobody's buying that stuff. However, when people are going to the grocery store, what are they reaching for with their smelly armpits? Breyer's ice cream, Ben & Jerry's, major sale increases. Yo, Vanessa, what do you have to say about this? Nobody wants deodorant. They all want ice cream. Vanessa, you have any thoughts on this?
Cool. They're staying cool.
It makes sense to me.
They're not sweating it. They're not sweating it, Brad.
Would it be a little, I guess, not very appetizing that every time you reach your spoon to get the ice cream, you take a whiff of your odor? You're like, oh, God, that's gross.
Wouldn't you
like when to eat? You're like, oh.
When you're at home, especially quarantining at home, a lot of people don't take showers every day. Even Nick Cannon was talking about that. He had to remind himself, oh man, I have to take a shower. It's been 3 days. You know what I mean?
Remind me not to go to his home.
Right. I mean, see, I take showers because that's just how I am. But I can see
your flow.
That's my flow. But I can see how you just be I'd rather buy ice cream than deodorant. I don't have to use deodorant every day, especially if you live by yourself.
Well, what if you lost your job and you're like, you know what? I got to watch what I'm buying. Nobody's smelling me anyway. I live by myself, or I don't care. Well, I don't care if my significant other smells me. But we're getting ice cream. We're going to make ourselves happy. Yeah, because you got to make yourself happy. You're in quarantine.
They're not saving money because they're buying ice cream. I mean,
no.
It's pretty expensive as well.
All right. So let me ask you a question. And now I will answer. During quarantine, I bought ice cream and deodorant. Yo, Vanessa, did you buy ice cream and deodorant, or none of those items?
Both.
I've only bought deodorant.
Both, Brad.
Both. I bought ice cream and deodorant, and I bought
Haagen-Dazs at that.
You know what I was doing also? I bought Chips Ahoy cookies, Vanessa. I was terrible. But I bought vanilla ice cream and Chips Ahoy, and I was making ice cream sandwiches
the chewy
with them.
Chips Ahoy or the regular?
The regular ones. And I was making ice cream sandwiches with them. Some people were drinking themselves to tears. I was eating myself to tears. But now you see, I'm losing a little weight now.
Brad,
What
happened to our pact? We was gonna start working out, eating healthy.
Thanks for watching. For more Brad Show Live, like and subscribe to our YouTube channel.